evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to WNYO 88.9 FM, the Laker Radio Network simulcast with WTOP 10 this evening here at Max Zeal Gymnasium, getting ready for some Oswego State Lakers volleyball. I'm Dominic Perone. Alongside me today is Dan Davis, and today is Plattsburgh's first SUNYAC matchup of the year and Oswego's second. Oswego this season currently sitting at a solid 9-6 record, coming off of a 5-game win streak, undefeated in the Oswego State Invitational. An absolutely electric team so far this season. Plattsburgh, on the other hand, currently sits at 4-5, nothing for nothing in the SUNYAC conference thus far. And here's a fun stat for you, Dan. Their first 3 games were 0-3 sweeps for Plattsburgh. The next 2 wins that they got were 3-0 sweeps. Wow. Not a single one of their games in the first 5 games of the season went to a 4th game. And I just think they make short work of it, or they are the short work. So we see as these things go, Plattsburgh wearing the white uniform tops today with red lettering, the word Cardinals below the number on the jersey, red shorts, no name on the back, of course. Oswego wearing the white uniforms with green trim gold lettering, no name on the back, of course, only the word Lakers. The first serve comes off the top hand this time, goes to the backside, popped up, ready to go to the front, gets bounced back over to Oswego's side. Libero sets underneath it, gets it over, good spike, gets it to the back row for Plattsburgh's end. Plattsburgh sets it up just a little bit way high on the far side. They just get it off the arms, and that's a Plattsburgh point to start this game.
Going to be a really huge game for both teams here. Oswego want to capitalize on their 5-game win streak, very, very impressive, and Plattsburgh looking to get back to 500 with a win here today.
Absolutely, Dan, you couldn't be more correct. Now, coming up to, well, I almost said coming up to bat for the...
Wrong season, Dan.
Very wrong season. My head's on baseball. Aaron Judge being so close. But anyway, Plattsburgh serves it away. They get it over the top, and it's a hard spike by number 4, it appears, which I unfortunately don't have the roster in front of me. Number 4 on Plattsburgh absolutely clobbered that ball. Just went out of bounds, and it's tied at 1. Serving for the Oswego State Lakers. And it's up and over the top. Quick bop over. And it looks like it was a net infraction on Plattsburgh, giving the point to Oswego before the ball even made it over the net. And we will see another serve. Quick skip, hop, and a jump. Serve goes up sky high towards the ceiling, and it's set up deep near the net. Pass forward, back again over to Oswego's side. Set up quite lazily. There it goes! Just in! Oh boy, there was a bit of a contested look there from the line judges with the flags, but it looks like it hit the line. Point. Oswego, it's 3-1.
Definitely a close one. You get to collectively hear the entire stands holding their breath on that one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. A big spike comes over the top, well defended up front, and Oswego tries to get it back up over the top, but they just can't seem to get the play going. Nia Diaz is number 6 there, who almost fell head first into the scoring table.
Gotta love the hustle. Gotta love the hustle.
Couldn't agree more. So on the serve for Plattsburgh is their libero, number 8, and it's in there for a quick score. It's 3-3, all tied up here in Game 1. Now remember, folks, this is based off of a best-of-5 series, so at the very best, one team wins in 3. That one served over the top. Oswego settles it down and gets it just over the net, tipped off the finger, and nobody's there to get it in Plattsburgh's side. It's 4-3, Oswego.
Just outside of Jeanette Eshong's reach right there. She is a huge presence in the front of that net.
Absolutely. She gets her hands up tall there. Not a lot gets past her, and that one just dribbled out the backside. Now, Natale for Oswego, the libero for today, gives it a good serve over at the top of the net. That one lands inside. Nobody was really moving towards it, and it will be a point for Plattsburgh. 4-4 goes the score, and going back to serve for Plattsburgh will be number 12, Emma Rivers. Rivers sets up just near the out-of-bounds line. Tosses it up, serves it. Oswego able to settle this one down as well. 2 players go colliding into each other, and it looks like there was a bit of a net infraction on Oswego's end this time, and Plattsburgh jumps back up to a 5-4 lead. we've been seeing relatively unkept play so far. Neither team really being able to keep a whole lot together. That serve could have been out, but it's quickly recovered by, oh boy, big time spike comes in from
Emma Farinto. That's a cannon.
Boy, oh boy. Though, unfortunately, I think there was a net infraction.
Yikes.
Yeah, so it's 6-4. Plattsburgh leads it. Rivers serves it up once again. This time set up just front of the net, and there's that big presence you were talking about, Dan. Smack down at the net. Plattsburgh scores.
You do not want to meet Jeanette at the net. You do not want to meet her there.
Absolutely not. Still on the serve is Rivers for Plattsburgh. Serves it over the top. That one just kept in by Oswego. Get it over, try to get it over the net. That one slingshots itself back to Oswego's side, runs smack first into the net. It's 8-4 Plattsburgh. Plattsburgh coming in with a losing record certainly has a chip on their shoulder and wants nothing more than to get a first, not only conference win, but to even their record to 500. That one knocked forward by Natale. A big-time spike from Oswego lands in on Plattsburgh's side. Oswego regains possession and scores once again. It's 8-5 Plattsburgh. That was a big-time spike from Emma Fiorentine right there. My goodness, did she get all of that one.
Coach is going to sit her down now, get her some rest. She'll definitely be back later in the game.
Yep. Emily Ziesler steps up to serve at this time, goes over top the net, quickly set up by the Plattsburgh Cardinals. Over the top it goes, off a couple of fingers on the front line defense. Nia Davis sets it up. Big-time spike, but there's that front line defense, but I think it fell out of bounds. It's Oswego's point. There's that defense again from Plattsburgh, but it was to no avail as it skittered just out of bounds. It's 8-6 Plattsburgh. Ziesler sets it up, serves over the net. It's popped way high towards the net. Big spike goes over top. Natale tries to get it settled, but it goes way deep. Here it goes up over the net on an arcing haul. Wow, what a play there, what a volley. Big spike comes in and it's out of bounds, but I think Oswego laid a finger on it. Oh, boy, that could have been a very lucky point there for Oswego, but a few fingertips in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Plattsburgh definitely caught a break right there.
Big time. Going back to serve now for Plattsburgh is number 16, Sanaya Estime. Estime gets one in there for an ace, and it's 10-6 Plattsburgh. Estime, a first-year student from West Hampstead, New York. Serves this one over top. She's got more of a walking serve as it's there, but it's over Oswego's side. Big spike goes off the fingertips of the front line. It's up in the Cardinals' end. Spike over the top goes off a few more fingertips, and nobody's there to recover it for Oswego. And it's another score for the Cardinals. It's 11-6. Quick miss there, unfortunately, by Kaylee Troy. And we get our first time out of the game.
Good play so far. Really good play so far.
For those just tuning into the action, we're on WNYO 88.9 FM, the Laker Radio Network, simulcast on WTOP 10 today. Dominic Perone alongside Dan Davis. While watching some SUNY volleyball today at the Max Steel Gymnasium here in Oswego, New York. It's the Plattsburgh Cardinals against the Oswego State Lakers. Currently, Plattsburgh leads it 11-6. Been an odd run back and forth for both teams. Oswego and Plattsburgh both looking a little, not lackadaisical, but a little frazzled on the court for this first game here. Now, of course, the winner of this game, no matter what, they play three. I don't know what I was trying to get at there, but so this game, Oswego may treat it as a warm-up. You'd rather see them go out, try and win every single one of them, 3 straight, get out of here on time, Maybe that quick coaches meeting will get everybody back together, a little bit more centered.
Definitely. We got a big weekend of volleyball coming up, too.
Big time.
Tomorrow, Plattsburgh's going down to SUNY Cortland. They'll take on the Red Dragons down there, and up here near Lake Ontario, Oswego's playing Canton tomorrow, or Potsdam, rather.
Potsdam. Another big SUNYAC rival.
Another big rival, yep.
So the serve from Estime comes through, and it's a quick drop-in spike for Oswego State, and they score again. They regain possession. Good spike on, who is that there? Number 17, Grace Taylor. Absolutely wound up, sunk that one in there, no problem whatsoever. Oswego lining 3 up on the net side as number 11 goes in to serve Cara Simplicio, who is right now the team leader in kills this season. Absolutely on fire this girl has been. Gives the ball a little bit of a dribble. Sets up, serves it away. Good laser beam serve, bounces off a few arms the wrong way, and it just gets bounced way out of bounds. It's 8-11. Plattsburgh still leads it. Oswego keeps their 3 right up on the front side of the net. Plattsburgh stacking 2 near the net and 1 off the side, keeping 3 straight up in the back. Simplicio serves again for Oswego. There it goes. Lands just on the fists of the back line there. Looking to get it over the top. They get it to Oswego's side. Just a poke over. A couple of taps from a few of the players on Plattsburgh's end. And it goes back over to Oswego's side, but it will be Oswego's point. It looks like it was a lift. Lift on number 8, the libero for the Cardinals, Madison Bollinger.
Close call there. Plattsburgh not going to be happy about that one.
Absolutely not, and that was a good volley otherwise. 11-9. Plattsburgh still leads it. Oswego slowly coming up. Simplicio serves that one on a laser beam, and it's just a bit much, and that one goes out of bounds. It's 12-9. Plattsburgh leads it, and they will retain the serve.
Plattsburgh catching a break there. Oswego going on a 3-0 run right there.
Yeah, it's tough when momentum starts to build and they can't seem to get much out of it. The serve from Plattsburgh looks good, and there's just a couple of missteps on Oswego's side. The ball will go back to Plattsburgh, and as will the point.
Volleyball is such a game of momentum. You could be up 1 minute, the next minute you could be down by 5.
Yeah.
Big game of momentum.
And it's quick, too. It's quick. Janetta Shong serves this one on a knuckleball. No spin on it whatsoever. Gets set up, bounces just over the top. A diving play for Plattsburgh gets it alive. And it's a big swing from Natalia on Oswego's end. They keep it alive, try to get it over the net, and they do. Way back away from it on the other way. Spike over the top, lands just where there is nobody to receive it. On Oswego's end, it's Plattsburgh's score, 14-9. Oswego only 5 points down, but they do definitely want to get that serve back and get just a bit closer. Shong serves. This one had a lot on it. That one gets over the top of the net, and it's put over the top. Plattsburgh, gives it a good spike, but a great defense from Grace Taylor there. Keeps the ball on on Plattsburgh's end, and Oswego hits double digits for the first time tonight. It's 14-10. Plattsburgh leads it. Going to serve now is that brick wall of a defense, Grace Taylor.
As Ali Natal checks out.
Yep, Natal does check out, and there's a score for Oswego off the hands of a few Plattsburgh players, and it's in there, 14-11. Plattsburgh leads it. Taylor goes back once again for the serves. It's way up there, gets it over the top of the net. Libero able to pop that one up, gets it closer to the net, spike over, just out of bounds. Oswego scores again.
Oh, hold on. I think we got a tip.
Absolutely. You would be absolutely correct, Dan. I misspoke. It is Plattsburgh's score. I think it went off of a few fingertips on Oswego's end. It's 15-11. Plattsburgh leads it. Serving for Plattsburgh now. Oh, she's got the ball in front of her number. I can't see. Now the serve goes up anyhow. Set up by Oswego, put it just in front of the net. Spike comes in, it's just off the fingertips, but Plattsburgh keeps it alive. Quick spike over the top, had a lot on it. Natalia bounces it back up. She came back in on that last set, and it's bounced back over once again. Plattsburgh tries to set it up, looking for a good spike here. Goes all the way to the far side, and it's way outside. That one for sure is Oswego's point. Nobody touched it. It's 15-12, and on that serve was Kylie Gans. Serving now for Oswego is number 5, Nia Davis. Or am I wrong again? I was right the first time. It's number 6, Nia Davis. Davis serves it away. That one's just a little much on it. Goes out. Plattsburgh gets the score and the serve.
Nia put a little too much juice on that one.
Oh, yeah, just a little too much muscle. Hey, when you get on a score like that after a couple of, out-of-nowhere plays, you get a little excited. It happens.
A little too much adrenaline, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Serving now for Plattsburgh is number 17, Bridget Ryan. Ryan gets it over to Oswego's side, and Oswego makes no bones about it, getting it over. And she tries, excuse me, I did have a frog in my throat. Tries to dive for that one. It goes off of her hands and into the other volleyball court on the other side of the media table. Or excuse me, the score table. So that is out of bounds on Plattsburgh. It will go to Oswego. The officials are having a conversation with a few of the players. Looks like a player rotation real quick happening. Oswego will go on the serve. Giving it up for Oswego will be Kaylee Troy. Troy serves it away. And it's just over the heads of the Plattsburgh players and out of bounds, resulting in another Plattsburgh score. Oswego has not been able to sink that serve in some time now.
Keep going long with it.
Yep, just a little much. Back to serve for, well, we'll take a timeout before that happens, but serving up next for Plattsburgh will be the libero, Madison Bollinger. It seems Plattsburgh has gained their rhythm. Oswego has yet to fall into theirs, though.
Seems that way.
So we will see what continues. If you're just joining us here, welcome to WNYO 88.9 FM, the Laker Radio Network, simulcast tonight with WTOP 10. I'm Dominic Perrone alongside Dan Davis, and we are watching some SUNY volleyball. Oswego State up against Plattsburgh Cardinals. The Cardinals' first SUNY matchup of the year for volleyball. Oswego's second. They currently sit 0-1 in the SUNY in their play so far. So we'll see who comes out on top. Best of 5, you never know.
Games played at 21, Dom, or 25?
25.
25, okay.
And it must be won by 2.
Oh, okay.
So if it ends up being 24-23,
we could be getting some extra volleyball.
We could be getting some bonus cantos.
Some free volleyball.
Yeah.
Like who doesn't like free sports?
Exactly. That's, some people don't get it, but we do, Dan. We get it. We like to have fun here on WNYO, and thank you again for joining us for those listening. Bollinger gives it a mean serve over the top there for Oswego. Davis sets it up. Good spike there in the middle. Just hits the corner. That's a point, Oswego.
There's Emma Frienta with that cannon again. She returns to the court, number 8 for Oswego.
Yep, Fiorentine steps right up at the front of that net, sinks it home, no problem, and Oswego is able to retain the serve. And this time it's the libero and the Tale going in. Gives it a bit of a Heisman pose, serves it over top, and it's bobbled up between a few of the players. Libero gets underneath it, and it's served back over to Oswego's side. Diving, the Tale gets it over, and it's just bounced back. Oh, what a play by Oswego. Everybody's on the ground, and nobody seemed to be able to get his handle on it. It went over anyway. That one goes on the other side of the net, and unfortunately it did not land in bounds. Boy, what a recovery by Oswego, only to be just foiled by an out-of-bounds play.
Some great defense by that front 3 for Oswego.
Oh, my goodness. All 3 of them were on the ground and still got the play to move. Nia Davis, I think, caught an elbow.
Yeah.
So the serve goes back, and it's out of bounds for Plattsburgh. That was number 12, Emma Rivers, trying to send that one home, and it was just a little much on it. Point goes back to Oswego, as does the serve.
This Oswego team not afraid to hit the deck. They'll get down and dirty on the court.
And you know what? You really got to appreciate that, because you can see all of them, how marked up their knee pads are. They're not afraid.
No.
They're going to get down and dirty, no problem. Big serve from Oswego there. Another knuckleballer gets bounced over on the first hit back to their own side. Davis sets it up. Just a poke over. Not enough on it from Taylor. Just hits the Oswego side of the net and falls back in, and no play is plausible from it. Unfortunate end for that rally there, as Sanaya Estime goes back to serve for the Cardinals.
Oswego's got a funny setup here. They loaded all 3 of the bottom front row on the left side there to start.
I saw that. They do that a lot, and I think it depends on who serves it.
Okay.
Oswego catches the defense, and they're able to get that one back over the top. Jeanette there had knocked it back over Oswego's side, but Oswego was able to quick center it back up, settle the ball down, get it back over top, spike it in. Nobody was there. Point Oswego. It's 19-16. Plattsburgh still leads it. Oswego within 3. Plattsburgh within 6 of winning it. So hopefully Oswego here can get something going. Simplicio goes back on the serve this time around, and as we had said before, quite the server and quite the player. That one just not, it had the speed, didn't have the height, hits the net, falls back down. Plattsburgh leads at 20-16. There's the commentator's Chris for you, Dan. I talked about how great she's doing, and it's a Tough serve, that's all. It happens.
The commentator's curse, I like that.
Oh, yeah. You never heard of that before?
No, never heard of that.
Oh, boy. You're going to learn. Nia Davis sets that one up. Absolutely dastardly spike from Grace Taylor there. I mean, that had to have smoke coming off of it.
Wow.
That was just... Nia Davis set that up perfectly. Absolute cannon from Grace Taylor there. Sends it in. Nobody's able to recover it. It's 20-17. Plattsburgh leads it.
All you can do there was just get out of the way. Hopes it doesn't hit you.
Absolutely. Taylor serves it. It's bobbled around a bit on the front side. Plattsburgh's able to get it over anyway. Oswego sets it up. Just keeps it over the net. What a play by Nia Davis. Diving libero for Plattsburgh gets it to stay settled in play. Back over to Oswego's side. Nia Davis sets it up once again. Big spike from... Oh, no good. Oh, it was a great spike from Georgia Ferry. But the front defensive line for Plattsburgh just... spun it right back to where there nobody was. And it's a point Plattsburgh. It's 21-17. Oswego still really fighting. That was one heck of a rally.
Wow, yeah. Makes it real exciting.
Absolutely. Serving now for Plattsburgh is number 5, Kylie Gans. That one gets hit by Oswego out of bounds, and it's 22-17 Plattsburgh.
Oswego going to have to make a run here. Going to have to stop Plattsburgh. They're within 3.
Absolutely, and they could win it right here with this server, Gans. Serves it over top. Clean serve. Oswego sets it up. Davis bounces it right back, and there's another great spike from Ferry. That one sinks in. That's a point. Oswego breathes and is able to serve another day. Going back for the serve is Nia Davis, who has just been on fire tonight.
You know, Dom, you can see why they call it a kill.
Absolutely. Some sports make their statistics and things a little more confusing. Volleyball, that's pretty straight up. That was a kill. Nia Davis arcs this one over the top side of the net. Set up by Gans. Sent over the top. Back to Oswego's side. Davis sets it up well, as does Natale. And it's in there! Tried to dig it out. Shannon Fitzpatrick was on both knees trying to dig that one out, but it just hit the ground before it hit her arms. And there's a timeout called. Oswego's bench getting a little more life in them, still down by 3. It's 22-19. Plattsburgh leads it. And if you're just joining us, we're on WNYO 88.9 FM, the Laker Radio Network, simulcast tonight with WTOP 10 in the Maxiel Gymnasium. I'm Dominic Perrone, alongside Dan Davis, and it's getting exciting. We're watching one heck of a volleyball match so far. And this is only game 1.
Only first set. I was just about to say that. Starting to get a little bit of a crowd out here, too, Dom. Some of the fans starting to pile in here.
Oh, yeah. I saw a couple of the other sports teams' players walk in as well. Got to have players supporting players.
Yeah, love to see that, right? Oswego, one big happy family up here north.
Absolutely. Hey, we got to stay warm somehow.
Right. It is. It's getting cold out there.
It is. Today, I think, had a high of only 58.
Wait, yeah? Wow. First day of fall was what, yesterday? Today's the 22nd?
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Starting to feel like fall.
Boy, it comes quick in Oswego, and there's no warning.
It comes quick and it stays long.
Oh, boy. Welcome to Oswego, folks. Nia Davis still on the serve for Oswego. Bounces it a little bit, dribbles it near the paint of the basketball court. There's a bit of a conversation going on between the Plattsburgh coach and the libero. Ready to go now is Nia Davis. Steps up, sends it over the top. Just a slow arcer, diving. Is Plattsburgh able to get it in? Nia Davis sets that one back up on her own end. Set up by Natale. Just poked over. And it looks like a net infraction on Plattsburgh's end. It'll be Oswego's point. And they're within 2. It's 22-20. Plattsburgh leads it.
3 straight points for Oswego. This is the run they needed.
You couldn't be more correct, Dan. Davis sets it up on the backside. Getting ready. Bounces it just a little bit. Players having a conversation on both ends. Gives it 2 good slams on the wood there. Just a lob over, and that's an ace! Davis with the ace. Sends it home. It's 22-21. Oswego within 1 now, but Davis just has just a light, delicate serve, and nobody's ever ready for it.
I mean, perfect accuracy right there to place the ball right where she wanted it.
Oh, it was right on that line in the sets there that separates the offense from the the front line from the back line. And boy, it was perfect. So well placed by Davis. And now you got to think like a pitcher in baseball. Is she going to go change up again, or is she going to go fastball?
Right, you got to guess. Who knows?
Oh, we'll see here. Gives it a good few intimidating bounces on the wood there.
Plattsburgh seem to have a problem with the refs now. I don't know, a little conversation between them.
Yep, they might not like the way everything's playing out. Another delicate serve from Davis, but that one's set up well by Oswego. Good defense on the front line, gets it back over to Plattsburgh's side. Almost scored. Oswego settles it. Davis sets it up on the front line. Big spike. Is it in? It is! Oswego ties it. It's 22-22. Boy, oh boy, right on the line. That was clutch. Nia Davis still back on the serve, and they're on one heck of a run with her on the helm.
The Lakers are fired up. You can hear it in the gym.
This crowd, albeit a good-sized crowd, is loud. Nia Davis floats that one in once again. Set up on the front, big spike from Plattsburgh. Natale gets it set for the second to last hit. That one's over the top, and there it is on Plattsburgh's end. Set up towards the net, good spike, just a poke over. Nia Davis sets it up just behind her. Natale gets it set towards the net. That one's poked over. Oswego tries to maintain possession, gets it over the top to Plattsburgh's end. Plattsburgh, big spike, and it's down!
What a block! What a block!
Oh my goodness! And there's a timeout for Oswego. Oswego takes the lead, 23-22. What a rally! Oh my goodness! That was fantastic play right there. That was Georgia Ferry was up front there, as well as Emma Fiorentine, and they just completely shut down that play.
Absolutely swallowed the ball there, got it right back down. What a block! Tremendous block.
Absolutely incredible. Talk about teamwork. They had that set up from the very beginning. Wowee!
Good use of the timeout too by Plattsburgh's head coach Kelsey.
Yeah.
Healis. Great use of the timeout there. Maybe kill a little of the Lakers' momentum.
Yep. Ice them.
Ice the kicker, right? Yeah.
And that's something, unfortunately, that you learn if you're ever calling games with myself in particular. All I do is reference other sports. And I do it. I'll be calling a baseball game, and I'll reference football, volleyball. It's all over the place. And if you're just joining us here on this madness that is the Max Zeal Gymnasium right now, here on WNYO 88.9 FM, the Laker Radio Network, simulcast tonight with WTOP 10. I'm Dominic Perone alongside Dan Davis, and things are getting exciting here at the Zeal.
Only the first set, too. We got possibly 5 more of these.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know if my voice is going to last that long. Nia Davis serves it up once again. Another floater, there it is. Set up on the front side of the net. Spiked over top, off a few fingers, and unfortunately that one does go out of bounds. Plattsburgh ties it up.
Timeout looks really smart now. Plattsburgh comes right off of it and gets the point.
Yep, doesn't look like they'll take the timeout, but they will stack the 3 on the near side. Oh, only 2 on the near side, and Oswego's put 4 all the way in the back, because serving now for Plattsburgh is Bridget Ryan, and she's got an arm on her. That one a bit of a lackadaisical serve. Spike down in there, that's got to be in. That's a point, Oswego. Oswego takes the lead, and if they score on this one, they take the first set, because it's got to be by 2. I always forget that, so I'm reminding myself more than I am you.
Now, Dom, will they put a cap on it? So will they say, hey, cap 30, or it has to be by 2?
It's got to be by 2.
It's got to be by 2. So you can play 150.
Yeah.
One minute.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
If it goes that far, at least that's to my knowledge.
All right.
Nia Davis sets it up back to Natale. That one off the hands! There it is! Off the hands of the libero. Oswego takes set number 1. 25-23. Boy, what a nail-biter that whole time. That's some fantastic. I almost just called it hockey. Volleyball right there. You gotta love it. What a play, what a serve. And that's where we'll take our first break, folks. Thank you for joining us here on WNYO 88.9 FM. They're going to switch sides. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, and we're going to see set number 2 ready to go. Oswego leads the series so far, 1-0. We'll be back in 5 here on WNYO 88.9 FM, the Laker Radio Network, simulcast on WTOP 10. I told you we'd be back, and here we are at the Max Zeal Gymnasium here in Oswego, New York, on WNYO 88.9 FM, the Laker Radio Network, simulcast tonight with WTOP 10, the Oswego State television station. Oswego State currently leads this volleyball matchup against the Plattsburgh State Cardinals 1-0. They are looking to get a win in Game 2 here. They won the first set 25-23, and boy, was that a nail-biter. And I'm sorry if you missed it if you're just tuning in now, because that was an exciting game. This is SUNY volleyball getting ready to go here in the Zeal. And we are going to see what goes for Oswego. The teams have switched sides now. Oswego on the left-hand side of our booth, Plattsburgh on the right.
Got to be excited for this one. Oswego with a huge come-from-behind win last set.
Oh,
absolutely amazing. It kept us on our toes. I know it did.
Absolutely. And maybe, just maybe, we'll get that same thing for the next couple of sets here. We'll see if it goes 5 games. We'll see what goes, and we'll see what happens. Serving for the Plattsburgh Cardinals is Kylie Gans. Gans hops up, serves that one over the top, and it's settled down by Oswego. Nia Davis gets that one up right in front of the net, but there's a net infraction, unfortunately. Quick error there by Davis. It happens when you're that close to the net trying to save that ball there. So it's 1-0 Plattsburgh. We will see the serve from Gans once again. Up over the top. That one trickles just out of bounds. Simplicio saves it. Davis able to get it back over the top, and that one spiked just too hard by Plattsburgh. Oswego gets the point and the serve.
Caught a little bit of a lucky break there, but it works.
Oh, lucky indeed, because that was a lob over the net that could have been very dangerous for Oswego, but worked out in their favor, thankfully.
No difference on the scoreboard, right? It all looks the same.
Exactly. Nia Davis serves that one up, another quick floater, a little more heat on that one. Poked over the top, just lands right in the chest of Emma Fiorentine, and it falls at her feet. It'll be Plattsburgh's point and their serve. 2-1, Plattsburgh leads it now. Going back on the serve now for Plattsburgh, I believe, is number 16, Sanaya Estime.
Oswego going back to that 4-person set in the back row and keeping 2 all the way to the left.
Estime with just a walking serve, no jump, no nothing. You gotta love. What a play by Oswego, and that's in there. Boy, I ought to hold my tongue for a minute there. It was a good serve by Estime. It's a tie game now. Oswego set that one up, and a hush falls amongst the stadium as there is a conversation between officials, teams, and coaches. But Oswego was able to just pop that one right up. I think it was either Fiorentine or Simplicio. Just drilled that one right back into the chest of Estime. Fell right at her feet. Point scored. Serve for Oswego. Gets bounced just over the top. Stays on Plattsburgh's side. Quick bounce over. Fiorentine keeps that one. Davis sets it up around the backside. Just able to pop it over Simplicio. Plattsburgh bobbles it around a bit on the opposite end. That one stays in. Oh no, just out. It's Oswego's point. Oswego leads it 3-2. Oh, I couldn't tell from this angle. That looked like it was out.
It gets a little confusing. Both teams, they congregate at the end of every point. I don't know who won the point sometimes.
Yeah, usually you can look for the celebrations, and then it's like, oh, okay. Big spike from Plattsburgh, and it looks like it touched a few hands on Oswego's end. I don't know about that one. And Oswego's not sure about that one either, but the line judges say otherwise. So it will be a tie game once again, Plattsburgh's serve. On the serve for Oswego was Kaylee Troy, by the way. But for Plattsburgh, this time it was the libero, and they spike it right in there for another point. Oswego regains possession. Good spike for Oswego there. I believe that was number 16, Sydney Chifriller, who has absolutely mean spike. Natale serves that one. It's a quick one hit over the top for Plattsburgh. Oswego able to keep it just right up on the net. Gets it back over. A big spike from Plattsburgh. Not much to it, and it's a tie game once again.
Nia Diaz almost doing sort of a split right there. Got a little tripped up on that serve.
Have I been saying her name wrong this entire time?
I think you have.
I have, and I apologize for those listening. It is Nia Diaz. It is not Nia Davis. I apologize. That means that call's ruined. That serve goes up from Plattsburgh. Diaz sets it up, but it just falls right on the Oswego side of the court. And it will go to Plattsburgh. Plattsburgh remains possession, 5-4. They lead it now. Quick hopping serve. Simplicio gets that one right to the ceiling. It bounces off one of the boards, and it's kept in bounds by Fiorentine, and that's an Oswego point. Oh, Fiorentine with a weird backhand off of her forearm gets that one just over.
On the serve, the dig went almost all the way up to the rafters. I thought it hit a rafter or something. Oh, it did hit a rafter.
I saw it just in between the Buffalo and Cortland flags, and it bounced right off a rafter.
Wow.
That's Naya Diaz had to scramble to get underneath it.
Might need to start playing outside.
Yeah. That one, great serve from Oswego. Emily Ziesler on that one. Plattsburgh unable to recover it. Bounces it way out into the other court. And it'll be Oswego's point. They lead it again, 6-5. Ziesler gets up, serves it once again. That one's out, unfortunately. Excuse me, I could have the hiccups now. And it's a tie game once again.
Oswego's bench really keeping up that energy out there. Gotta love that, cheering on the teammates.
Absolutely. I've never met a team that's successful with a quiet bench.
Very true.
Serving for Plattsburgh. It's number 18, Lily White. Lily White gets it over. Oswego Simplicio tries to bury that one. But unfortunately, that frontline defense consisting of Jeanette, I've got it right here, Jeanette Ashong and Sanaya Estime, they just sent that one right back down the throats of Oswego. Plattsburgh leads at 7-6 now. Serve goes up, high, arcing floater. Natalia able to get that one up. Served way over the top by Grace. And it's a point for Oswego. Grace Taylor. I'm getting mixed up with Taylor and Troy, and I don't know why. But we see Simplicio go back for the serve this time for Oswego. It's once again a tie game, all knotted up at 7. Simplicio takes a deep breath, sets it up, gets it over the top. Heavy serve, just too much on it. Gets out Plattsburgh's point and Plattsburgh's serve. Tough break for Oswego there.
Alicia Fisher will check in. She'll go right to the front row.
Alicia Fisher ready to defend that front line. Simplicio settles it after the Plattsburgh serve, and it gets right over the hands of Fisher for an Oswego point. Talk about well-timed. 8-8. We're knotted up once again.
See, I've noticed Naya Diaz, not the tallest player, but she'll get right in there on that front row.
Oh,
not afraid.
Absolutely not. You gotta love it. Serve from Oswego is a good one. It's rallied back over by Plattsburgh. Naya Diaz sets it up once again. Serve back over the top. Plattsburgh's end. Set up, spiked over the top. Good defense from Oswego. And that one's in for a point. Oswego takes a 9-8 lead.
Sydney Chilfer getting up there, doing the work at the front of the net.
Yep. Chifriller has got one of the meanest wind-ups in the league. And there it is right there. Good serve by Grace Taylor. Plattsburgh able to get this one over the net once again. Diaz sets it up, and everybody's scrambling around a bit. That one's bounced around, but it looks like it's out, and it'll be Oswego's point anyway. First time we've seen a double-digit lead, a more than 1 point lead in a few minutes here, in a few volleys, few sets, however you want to call it. Taylor sets up for Oswego once again, serves it over the top on a laser. Set up just tipped over the top to Oswego's end off the top of the net. Oswego gets that one over top. Good bounce back by Plattsburgh. Able to get it over. Just stopped, and it stays on Plattsburgh's end. Not able to get over the net. It's 11-8 Oswego.
Going back to that close game. You know, every time Oswego plays Plattsburgh, any sport, you know it's going to be a close game. This rivalry runs deep.
Oh, every single sport, every single game, Oswego and Plattsburgh are rivals. There's no two ways about it.
You know, you talk Yankees, Red Sox. I think you talk Duke, UNC. You talk Plattsburgh, Oswego in terms of rivalry.
No two ways about it. It may be a D3 rivalry, but boy, is it a vicious one. Big spike from Fisher on that one. Gets in there for a Plattsburgh score. It's 11-9. Oswego leads it. Boy, that was great setup from Plattsburgh there. Oswego unable to defend just how quick that came to fruition. And now on the serve for Plattsburgh will be number 5, Kylie Gans. Oswego sets it up, bounces it over the top. This one's sent way deep. Able to recover it is the libero, and it gets over the top of the net for Plattsburgh. Oswego maintains it. Diaz sets it up. It's bounced back by the front line. Diaz just pokes it over the top, but she touched the net, and it's no good. It'll be a Plattsburgh score. Oh, Diaz was so ready for that, too.
It was subtle, but it happened. I could even see some confusion on Plattsburgh asking if she tipped it.
Excuse me, but that was quite the setup play. Gans on the serve once again. Simplicio settles it. Diaz sets it up, just a poke over the top, gets it over back to Plattsburgh's end. Plattsburgh with a big swing this time gets it over the top, and nobody's there. Lack of communication on Oswego's side results in a tie game once again. Diaz had set up the ball, but there were 2 different players trying to get at it. It was Emily Ziesler and I believe Sydney Schifriller that were just a little lost on where to be. Plattsburgh serves it.
It almost looked like on that one, Esteman almost might have missed the ball a little bit. She had a little side spin on that ball in the front row for Plattsburgh.
Yeah, caught it on the outside of her hand, maybe. Oh. So we'll get a timeout as Plattsburgh takes a 12-11 lead. Their first lead since Oswego took control maybe 10 minutes ago. 5 minutes ago in all reality. But if you're just joining us here on WNYO 88.9 FM, the Laker Radio Network, simulcast tonight with WTOP 10. I'm Dominic Prone alongside Dan Davis. And we are watching some SUNY volleyball. Oswego State faces off against the Plattsburgh State Cardinals. And right now, Oswego leads the series 1-0. And Plattsburgh leads this particular set 12-11. We will see what comes and goes, and we'll see if Oswego can retain the possession and keep it. That's what they need, because every time they start to lose the ball, they tend to lose a grip, and Plattsburgh, they'll go on a couple of good runs. Oswego will get it back for a point and then lose it again.
Yeah.
They stay right there, but they tend to fall back. So let's see if Oswego is able to keep this one up.
Oswego only losing 3 sets in this 5-game win streak. I mean, they have shut out multiple teams. They shut out Utica, they shut out Medallion College, and they shut out Casanova College. I mean, they are on a tear, and it looks like they're going to try to continue this against Plattsburgh here as we get settled in.
Here we go. Settling in once again for the serve is Kylie Gans for Plattsburgh. Serve comes up and over. Settled down by Ziesler. Diaz sets it up. Big spike by Schifriller, and that's a line. There it is. Oswego scores and ties it up once again. Diaz goes back for a serve. We'll see if she starts him off with a change or a fastball. We'll see what happens.
Fiorentine will check back in for the Lakers.
There we go. Fiorentine is back on the court. We'll see what happens. Quick few bounces. Diaz serves it over. Now a quick diving play, and it lands in between a few of the players. There's a big ace.
You never know what Diaz is going to do. She could loft one, or she could absolutely smoke one. You don't know. It's a big guessing game with Diaz.
That is such a superpower to have on this team.
For sure.
Imagine if she can get curve on one of them.
Yeah.
And she throws a knuckleballer there as Plattsburgh tries to get it up and over the net. A little bit of lack of communication. Oh, and they thought that one was going to go out. Lands just inside the court. And Plattsburgh ties it up once again. And this is what I was talking about. They get a point scored, and then they give up the ball again. They've got to get into a rhythm. They've got to be able to string those points together.
Simplicio and Natal on that back line.
Big serve for Plattsburgh, and that'll be an Oswego point. They take a 14-13 lead. That was a heavy-handed serve from Sanaya Estime. And we will see going back for this serve for Oswego will be number 5, Kaylee Troy, who I know I was talking to you about an unknown number 1. It's Kaylee Troy. That's her libero number.
Okay. She wears number 1 when she plays libero.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I had that confused in the previous game that I called. Big spike from Oswego's not able to make it over the net. Bounces around a few more hands, and it goes to Plattsburgh once again. And it's a tie game at 14.
I think the Oswego 6 were looking for maybe a net call there. They wouldn't get one.
I thought it would have been 2, but no dice. Quick serve from the libero on Plattsburgh's end. Bounced around a bit on Plattsburgh's side. Spike back over off the fingertips of that frontline defense. Natale gets it set up. Simplicio able to just tap it over. Set up by Diaz. Set up. Spike down by Fiorentine, but it's a quick recovery by Plattsburgh. Bounced around a bit. Able to get it back over the top. Troy gets it. Diaz sets it up once again. Big time spike. That one lands for Oswego. Number 13 drills that one home. Georgia Ferry. Boy, oh boy. And going back for the serve will be number 12, Ali Natale.
Not much Plattsburgh could do there. Just hit the deck. Hopefully you dig it out.
Absolutely. Natale with a bit of a floating serve. Gets it up there. That one spiked just outside of the line, and it's Oswego's point. They lead at 16-14. They've got a little bit of breathing room now. Natale goes back. Ready to serve. Gives it to Heisman. Gets it off. And it's up and around the Plattsburgh area. Able to get it over at a sky-high serve. Natale sets it back up. Diaz settles it. Just a poke over the top by Oswego. Plattsburgh settles it. Spike over the top. Natale gets underneath it. And that one's just dropped in over the top by number 14 on Plattsburgh, Jeanette Ashong. And he's able to get that one in for a score. Oswego still leads at 16-15 now.
Nice little soft touch. Just gets it over the net. I think she almost psyched out the Lakers right there.
I think she did.
I think they were ready for an absolute hammer, and she just little tapped it over.
Just a taparoo.
Little Happy Gilmore reference there?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah. It's sent over by Oswego off the serve from Plattsburgh. Plattsburgh has it. Big spike. That frontline defense gets it done, though, for Oswego. Fiorentine and Ferry stop the ball dead in its tracks. And it's another point. Oswego at 17-15. Oswego State leads it. Going back to serve will be Emily Ziesler. All the way back to the paint of the basketball court. That one served over. That one had a little bit of a drop to it.
Wow.
Just over the top of the net, skims it. Oswego tries to recover, but that ball had a funny bounce off of the arm of Ziesler, and that'll be a Plattsburgh point. Still within one is Plattsburgh at 17-6 Oswego.
Ziesler seems to use the whole court when she serves. I mean, she gets right back up against that wall.
She does. She doesn't. She brings it all the way forward, and then you see the complete opposite of that with a player like Sanaya Estime, who stands pretty close to that back line, walks forward and drills it.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Serving for Plattsburgh now, number 18, Lily White. Another one who just kind of walks and sets it up. Unfortunately, that serve goes just a bit wide. It'll be Oswego's point, and it will be 18-16 Oswego. Carla Simplicio going back for the serve now for Oswego. And Simplicio takes a minute, lets both teams settle in.
Got another close one here, 18-16 in Oswego's favor.
Very tight indeed. And if you're just joining us here on WNYO 88.9 FM, the Laker Radio Network, simulcast with WTOP 10. Quick 10-second station ID. Simplicio serves it over top. Plattsburgh able to get it over. Another quick poke, but Natale's able to get it and keep it in play. What a dive. Plattsburgh gets it over. Diaz tries to play it, but it looks like there was a net infraction, and it's going to be on Oswego. Oh, it looks like Diaz just brushed the net once again, and it's tough. It's tough when you're playing that close.
I would not have guessed Oswego with a net infraction there. I would have said Oswego. I would have said Plattsburgh on the net infraction.
So would have I.
Yeah.
So would have I. So a little bit of confusion. Oswego not happy with that call for sure.
Good thing we're not reffing though. We're just announcing.
Oh yeah.
There's a reason for that, right?
I always say there's a reason they put us in the booth and not on the field. So we take another timeout. Oswego still leads at 18-17. You're on WNYO 88.9 FM, the Laker Radio Network, simulcast with WTOP 10. I'm Dominic Perrone, alongside my friend Dan Davis, and we're having ourselves a time here at the Max Zeal Gymnasium in Laker Hall in Oswego, New York. It's been quite the game so far. It has been tight for sure. 18-17, boy, this could be a nail-biter like the last.
Now, Plattsburgh can't afford to lose this one, because if they do, they'll go down 2-0. It'll be a tough hole to dig himself out. They'll have to win 3 straight.
Absolutely it will.
A lot of the fans here seem to be filing out now. Might have another sporting event to go to. I don't know.
I think it might be the soccer team that's filing out now.
They're playing tomorrow, aren't they?
I believe they are.
I believe they're okay. Okay.
Zach Malamud on that call.
I'm sure Zach will be on that call.
He calls soccer like nobody else, I'll tell you that. Especially for radio. Ooh. Plattsburgh on the serve as we get underway once again here in Max Zeal Gymnasium. Serving is Jeanette Ashong. And things go silent at Max Zeal. It looks like there's a conversation between the referee on the scoring table side. And we resume play anyway.
A little confusion. Don't know what happened there.
I have no idea. That one's set up by Oswego off the serve of Plattsburgh. Poked over the top. That one's in. Oswego scores it. It's 19-17. They'll get the serve. Serving will be Grace Taylor for Oswego.
It'll be Georgia Ferry checking in for the libero, Ali Natali.
And we'll see what Oswego can do. Libero-less. Quick serve over the top, a knuckleballer. No spin whatsoever. Plattsburgh able to recover that, keep it in bounds. Get it just over the top on a single hit. Oswego gets it back over to Plattsburgh's end. Set up on the backside, just finds its way between the hands of Ferry and Chifriller. And that point will land in and score. It's 19-18. Oswego still leads it, but it's real close, and Oswego's got to try and score on this one, try and keep it out of reach for Plattsburgh. Serve from Plattsburgh's a pretty one. Diving is Ziesler. Spiked over the top by Ferry. It's off of the hands of Plattsburgh, lands out of bounds on Oswego's side, but it is Oswego's point. It's 20-18. Diaz back on the serve for Oswego. Last time they were in this position, Diaz ran him up. So we'll see if she locks in like she did last game.
Yeah, what was it? Six straight for her, I think. She had six straight successful serve.
And
there's another one.
Started off. Diaz with a very solid ace sinks that one in there, 21-18. And I'm not going to say another word about it. We'll see how she does.
Don't want to put on that announcer's curse again? Or the broadcaster's curse? No. Yeah.
That one served over top, bounced around. Plattsburgh settles this one. Big spike over the top, settled by Simplicio. Diaz gets underneath it. Spiked over the top by Trafiller. It's bounced off of a few hands. Tries to recover. Oh, my goodness. Boy, I hope she ends. She gets up. No bones about it. It's Oswego's point anyway. But the libero, Madison Bollinger, took quite the header into the stands. Almost Derek Jeter-esque to save that ball.
Wow.
And boy, that's dedication.
It's dangerous almost.
Yes, very much so. Diaz with another ace. Hat-trick four on this one. It's 23-18. Oswego State leads it.
Diaz seems to be the answer for Oswego. Just let her keep serving. Yep. Plattsburgh with a timeout.
And we'll go quickly to a timeout. Yeah, we'll see. Quick minute 15, all of these timeouts. The line judges will go and confide within one another. And boy, that's you gotta know that's like an icing technique by Plattsburgh. Yep. Diaz is on such a run.
Kill the momentum a little bit. Try to reset. The Cardinals will.
Yep. And we'll see if Plattsburgh can come out of this one. We've seen some tight games before. The last game ended 25-23. Right now it's 23-18. Oswego leads it.
Heard some interesting today. The Oswego coach, Toby Renz, this is his first season as head coach.
Is it?
Yeah.
Boy, and he has been piloting one heck of a team so far.
Yeah, very true.
5 straight wins, 9-6 on the season. Lovely. Plattsburgh retakes the court. Coach Renz lets the team finish up their meeting, and Oswego takes the court once again. Diaz still back on the serve. And we will see what comes of it. Diaz bounces a little bit, then gives it those big slams on the ground there. The serve over the top, set up well by Plattsburgh, unable to get it. There's 3 hits, and that's an Oswego point. It's 24-18. Diaz remains on fire.
That timeout did not seem to help the Cardinals. They still look a little messy out there, for lack of a better word, I guess.
Disheveled.
I like that. Okay, that's an SAT word.
May not be the smartest man, but my vocabulary is surprisingly vast.
Big reader?
Not really. Set up Oswego spikes it over the top there. A quick volley back and forth after the serve. Big spike from Plattsburgh, quickly settled by Emma. Oh my goodness, that's so much going on. I heard the whistle. Something went wrong, and it looks like it's Plattsburgh's point. Oswego still sits at the game point. But Plattsburgh goes on the serve anyway. It looks like there was a bit of a lift maybe there. I couldn't quite tell what the error was. It all happened so quickly.
That'll be game point.
That's it. That lands. Oswego takes that one on an off serve from Plattsburgh. And Oswego takes the lead in this series, 2-0. If they win this one, that's signed, sealed, delivered sweep of Plattsburgh State. We're going to take a quick break here. Thank you again for joining us. Game 3 coming up in just a couple of minutes here. Don't go away, folks. More volleyball coming your way. I'm Dominic Perone alongside Dan Davis here on WNYO 88.9 FM, the Laker Radio Network, simulcast with WTOP 10. Well, welcome back, folks, to WNYO 88.9 FM, the Laker Radio Network. I'm Dominic Perone, alongside my friend Dan Davis here. We were just in the conversation about acting and voicing prowesses for the both of us and how much we love doing this job, if you can call it that, for the two of us.
Volunteer work, I guess what you'd say.
But I love it.
I love that too, yeah.
It's so much fun.
Feels more like a privilege, I would say.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more with you there, pal. So Oswego State will take the serve on this one. It will be Nia Diaz on the serve. We'll see if she can continue her absolutely menacing serving tear. And we start Game 3. This could be it for tonight. Now, good serve by Diaz. Has to dig it out. The libero does. That one just on the line. Oswego thought that one would go out. It does not. Plattsburgh scores the first point of the game, which I think they have done in all 3 games thus far.
Okay. Hasn't been very successful for him so far.
No.
Maybe the tables will turn on their way.
We'll see. Yeah, they have the opportunity to bring it back. There are technically could be 3 more games in this set, or 2 more after this one. Diaz sets it up on Oswego's side. Big spike goes off the hands, and it's an Oswego point. Frontline defense for Plattsburgh, just not able to settle it down. It slips between a few hands, and it goes to Oswego.
All games here, they've been all pretty close. I mean, it could easily be 2-0 Plattsburgh right now. Just the ball has fallen Little Acres' way so far.
Oh, yeah, it's the way the dice fall, it's the way the ball falls. So we'll see how it goes. That one off the shoulder of Maggie Ryan, and it'll be another Oswego point. It's 2-1. On the serve for Oswego is number 5, Kaylee Troy. Kaylee Troy steps way back, comes way forward, serves that one just low. It's so low it missed the net entirely. And it's a tie game 2-2. And that's another thing about volleyball, Dan. Offhand things like that make or break games.
Yeah, for sure.
And they just happen.
Yeah. It's the little things. You're almost better off getting it over the net. Maybe the other team make the mistakes. That's what I always say.
Absolutely. Now Madison Bollinger of Plattsburgh serves that one, but Oswego's able to just dunk it in. And they score a point on that set. It's 3-2. Returning to the court is Grace Taylor. And exiting, I believe, is Georgia Ferry. Serving will be Emma Natale. Quick skip, hop, and a jump. Gets it over. Plattsburgh settles it up. Good spike from Jeanette there. Gets it over top and scores. We result back to a tie game. If you're just joining us, WNYO 88.9 FM, the Laker Radio Network, simulcast with WTOP 10 today. Game 3, Oswego State up against Plattsburgh. Serve from Plattsburgh is a good one. Natale able to settle that. Davis sets it up in front of the net. Just a quick poke over, gets everybody scrambling on Plattsburgh's end. People running into each other all over the place. The tip goes over the top, but it does not. It trickles just around the front side of the net. 4th hit on Plattsburgh's side. That's Oswego's point, and Oswego's serve. It's 4-3.
Emma Zeisler will check back in and Emma Fiorentino will head out.
Yeah, there's just a few, just strategy. Coach Friends playing a little bit of strategy. You gotta love it. Zeisler goes back, big hand up, serves it over the top. Another knuckleballer. Plattsburgh able to keep the ball alive. Oswego gets it over the top. Good spike by Zeisler there. Gets recovered by the libero on Plattsburgh's end. Served over the top, just over the net. Recovered by Oswego. Natale gets underneath it. Simplicio fires that one over the top. Plattsburgh's end. Plattsburgh bobbles it around a bit, and there's a point for Oswego. Looks like there was a lift on Plattsburgh's end. Plattsburgh does not look very happy about that. Up in arms on the bench.
Plattsburgh looking a little discombobulated out there on the front six. They might need to...
That's an
SAT
word.
Yeah, that's an SAT word right there. Discombobulated.
Oh, tough serve there by Zeisler. Just hits the top of the net. Falls back down on Oswego's side. It goes back to Plattsburgh. It's 5-4. Oswego still leads it. I'll tell you what, these benches are not the most comfortable thing I've ever sat in.
Now that you say it, I am uncomfortable.
It's me and Abramovich when we were calling one of the invitational games. I think both of our back ends had fallen asleep by the end of the game because that went 5 games.
Oh wow! Okay,
you were there stuck.
There for 2 hours then.
Yeah.
Surprised you didn't bring a pillow or something.
I should have. Plattsburgh scores on a good volley there. Not much to report except that it landed just on the back side of the court. And Oswego and Plattsburgh will be tied up here. Lazy serve. Diving is Oswego to get that one up. That was Zeisler. Ball goes over the top. It's saved by just a flat palm on the bottom of the court. Wow, what a play by number 8, Madison Bollinger on Plattsburgh. Volley continues. Nobody's able to get it up over the top, and it'll be Oswego's point anyway. Wow. Bollinger got flat to the ground, put her hand out, let the ball bounce off it, kept it alive. What a play. What a dig.
You can see her squeezing that hand. It looks like it hurts. I mean, that hand got crushed on the gym floor.
Sure, she gave it a good smack as she went down, too. That can't feel too nice. On the service, Simplicio. That one, unfortunately, does not make it over the net. We sit at a tie game. Once again, it's 6-6. It'll be Plattsburgh's serve. Serving it.
Alicia Fisher will check in.
Oh, yes. Good call. I don't notice these things. Thank you, Dan. Simplicio settles that serve up. Oswego unable to recover it. They thought the bounce back would go out, but it did not. And we, unfortunately, see Plattsburgh take a 7, well, not unfortunately. We see Plattsburgh take a 7-6 lead on an unfortunate play from Oswego. Quick tap over the front by Chafriller. Plattsburgh settles it sky high. Quick heel bounce over the top, gets it to Ziesler. Diaz sets it up. Chafriller just pops it over the top. Plattsburgh settles it down. Big spike. Natali able to settle that one again. Diaz sets it up. Ziesler fires that one off, and it's off a few fingertips. That'll be Oswego's point. It's a tie game once again. It's 7-7.
Wow. I mean, talk about close game after close game after close game. I mean, we couldn't have asked for a better couple of volleyball games here.
Oh, absolutely. This has been some of the most exciting volleyball I've easily ever watched. Serve by Taylor for Oswego. Gets over top well. Back over to Oswego's side. Bouncing it around is Diaz. Diaz gets it up. Chafriller sends it over the top. Not Cortland. Plattsburgh sends it way over top on an absolutely mean spike. But it'll go out of bounds. Oswego takes an 8-7 lead.
Fisher definitely had the power on that one. Just needed more placement. Wow, what a spike.
That had some heat on it. Whoa. Taylor serves it once again, just glazing over the net. This one goes way out, lands. It's Oswego point once again, 9-7. I was worried I would have to reverse that call. I saw the referee's arms go up, and I was like, oh, no. Taylor still on the serve for Oswego. A bit of a rearranging of the defense on Plattsburgh's end. Served over the top. That one lands in nice. Looking to go over top. Good spike. Goes hard off the hands of Ziesler. And Plattsburgh brings it back to 1. It's 9-8.
Ali Natolo checked back in as libero.
Yep, we haven't seen a switch of liberos this game, as I saw in the Invitational.
Yeah, sometimes Oswego will run with no libero. Plattsburgh hasn't done that.
Nope. I would love to learn the chess game behind volleyball. As Oswego goes all the way out to the benches to recover that one, gets it back over to Plattsburgh's side, keeps the ball alive. Big spike denied! Down it goes! 10-8. Oswego keeps the lead, and they'll get the serve. Diaz will go back on the serve. We'll see if she gets on another tear here.
It's Georgia Ferry on the absolutely monstrous block right there up front for Oswego.
Oh, that felt like punishment. I felt like I shouldn't have watched that. Diaz with a fastball down the middle there, serves it up in the middle, gets it up, pounced over the side. Getting after it is number 8 for Oswego. All of a sudden I lost the name. That's Fiorentine, excuse me. That one goes out of bounds, and it'll be Oswego's point still. It's 11-8. Just a little too much on that one from Plattsburgh's end.
Diaz back to serve now. Oswego's got to be happy about that.
Oh, absolutely. I know I am. Diaz sets it up. Bounces it just a little change up over the top. Mean spike from Fisher there on Plattsburgh's side. Simplicio recovers, tries to send it over the top, but it hits in the front of the net. Plattsburgh takes the point and the serve. It's 11-9.
Number 9 on Plattsburgh, Fisher just avoided the net on that one.
Did. Oh, yeah. Simplicio had a lot of heat on that one, too. Good setup going back to serve for the Plattsburgh Cardinals will be number 17, Bridget Ryan. Bridget Ryan from Mattituck, New York. Gives a good serve over the top. Natali to Diaz. Diaz sets it up to Fiorentine. Fiorentine sends it up over the top, and that one's to the bench. 12-9. Oswego keeps the lead and takes the serve.
Now, Dom, help me out here. I think we have 4 referees. We have 2 net referees and then 2 referees on the corners. Is that what you're seeing too?
Yes, and those 2 referees on the corners are watching the lines.
Gotcha.
Served up top there goes Taylor this time on the serve. Excuse me, Troy. Big spike from Plattsburgh, sets it up. Natale gets it over top, up above her head. Willie Mays style. Big serve, that one lands for Plattsburgh. They bring it within 2. It's 12-10. Yes, those 2 judges on the corner there with the flags are eagle-eyed on those lines, seeing if it's out, on the line, or in.
All right.
And if it's on the line in this game, that is in. Just in case. Whoa, whistle stops. That one is a A rogue ball hits the court. Boy, I bet you that
oh, yikes. What's happening now?
well, Bollinger's losing all sorts, and she's flustered now. Well, she almost tripped. If that ball, if she hadn't whistled, she would have tripped over that ball. Play resumes. Diaz sets it up for Oswego. Just a poke over, and the diving play by Plattsburgh keeps it up. And oh man, Plattsburgh strung that one together nicely. Just tipped it over the side. Oswego not sure what to do with it. Natali tries to dive for it, but it just trickles around Oswego's end. It's 12-11. Oswego still leads it. Bollinger on the serve for Plattsburgh. Bollinger sends that one over top. Troy settles it. Diaz gets it over, sent, and into the benches. Quite literally up into the fourth row. Oswego will take that point off the hands of Bollinger. That ball went out of bounds. It's 13-11. Natali on the serve. Gets it over top. A lot on that one. There it goes. Just poked, and it's a good kill, and they're just able to get it over in three. Unfortunately, coach not happy about that one. Coming up off the bench quick. Having lots of words to say to the referee there, as there's a bit of a I wouldn't say misunderstanding, but a disagreement.
Toby Renz awarded a little card there. It looked like from the net referee. He held up a yellow card. Is that? That's
definitely a warning.
Definitely a warning. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coach not happy. Still giving support to his team there. It's 13-12. Oswego still leads it. Even I'm confused on what possibly that play could have been. Serve from Plattsburgh. Simplicio settles it. Diaz gets the set, and it's just bounced over the top. Is that a net infraction on Oswego? Well, we result back to a tie game. Oswego still not pleased with those results. Plattsburgh remains on the serve. Plattsburgh fires that one over top. Diaz settles it down. Good spike from Fiorentine, and there's the point for Oswego where they maintain the lead.
She has been huge. The senior, number 8 from Long Island, has been a huge force up front for the Laker team.
Absolutely. I mean, she has been right up there no matter what from Blue Point. Nice part of town.
Blue Point, now, that is in Long Island. I'm correct about that, correct?
I believe you are.
Okay.
Serve from Ziesler gets over top. I did just check. It is on Long Island. I didn't want... Good kill by Plattsburgh. Sends Oswego back on defense. 3 of those defenders up front just sent that ball right back. Oswego tried to recover it, but it was just bobbled around too far behind them. 14-14 goes the score. No timeouts yet this game.
See, us Central New York boys, we don't know too much about Long Island, right?
Not too much. I only know the Comac and Dix Hills areas because my dad grew up there.
Okay.
Diaz sets it up for Oswego. Big spike off the hands of a few of the Plattsburgh players, and it lands in for a score. Oswego gets the lead back once again. It was a quick volley. Nobody really knew what to do with it on Plattsburgh's end.
Sidney Schriffler, number 16, will check back in for the Lakers.
Yep, and it looks like Kylie Troy will leave the field as Schriffler comes back on. With the service, Simplicio, that one gets over the net. Big spike, and it's bobbled around once again. Boy, is that spike from Jeanette just unstoppable.
I think the rule of thumb with her, when she goes up, you better go down, because that ball's coming down.
Well, and that's both of those last plays have gone off of a spike from Jeanette, and then it just ricochets off the hands of an Oswego player. Schriffler sends that one in. There it is. Point scored. They maintain the lead once again. It's 16-15 Oswego. Entering court now will be... Who is that there? Looks like Ferry will replace Natali. And going back to serve will be Grace Taylor. Taylor gets that one over top. It's settled and moved around by Plattsburgh. Just over the net it goes once again. Simplicio settles that one. Diaz gets it set up. And it's in there for another point. 17-15. Coach coming out, really giving the what for to the players, telling them where they should be and why. Seeing if that'll help them out. Still on the serve for Oswego is Grace Taylor, wasting no time. gets it over the net. Sets it up. Big spike off the fingertips of Oswego. Unable to save it. It just hits the ground right in front of Simplicio before she can get the play at 17-16. And Plattsburgh will take the serve. For Plattsburgh, serving is number 5, Kylie Gans, once again.
Kylie Gans coming from out of town, all the way from Phoenix, Arizona.
I want to know how somebody from Phoenix, Arizona ends up at Plattsburgh, nonetheless Oswego.
Now that's a change of weather too, because we talk about the cold in Oswego.
Cold in
Plattsburgh. It's cold.
It's cold. That one goes off the hands of Ziesler, and it'll be a tie game, 17-17. I mean, she's got to be worried about this coming up winter. She's a first-year student too,
okay.
So I don't think she quite knows what's coming.
Must have family up here or something. I don't even know how you would hear about it.
I've always wondered the same thing. Yeah. It's like, how do you get from Phoenix, Arizona to upstate New York?
Yeah.
You know, most people don't even know upstate New York exists.
Right? Yeah. They say New York, they think the city.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
There is other New Yorkers, folks. Yeah. Other New Yorkers.
Surprise! If you didn't know. All your apples and all your milk you get in the city, that's us, all right?
That's funny.
We go to a quick timeout here. We're winding down as Oswego takes the field court. Here on WNYO 88.9 FM, the Laker Radio Network, simulcast today with WTOP 10. We're watching one heck of a match here today, guys. I will tell you what, Oswego currently leads the series 2-0. But it's a tie game in the higher scores of it. It's 17-17. Plattsburgh is on the serve. Both teams have been great in some aspects and kind of lacking in other aspects. You know, you see them switch hands a lot, and I just think that speaks to the rivalry.
Yeah, for sure. Gotta have at least some nerves for a game like this.
Absolutely. Gans serves that one up. On one hit, goes back up. Oswego bobbling it around, tries to get it up over the top, but it's just not enough from Ziesler. Or Simplicio, excuse me. Plattsburgh takes the lead for, I think, only the second time this match. or this game, excuse me. And it's 18-17 Plattsburgh. Gans with the serve. That one a laser on the line. Plattsburgh scores it with an ace. 19-17 Plattsburgh inches ever closer to potentially extending this to 4 games.
Talk about placement. That's as close as it can get to that back line.
Oh, wow. That was dead even on the line. It had to have been. Gans serves another missile. One hit over the top, unable to obtain that ball. Nobody there for Oswego. Plattsburgh takes a 3-point lead. It's 2017.
Alicia Fisher with a good ball placement right there. Puts it where no one's standing. Oswego will take a timeout.
Oh, a much-needed timeout because they're down by 3 and they can't seem to get back from this run. We'll see what goes. Usually this tends to happen. The timeouts come a lot later in the game when stakes are a lot higher.
Now, is it a certain number per set? What's the timeout rule here?
Fantastic question. I don't think they're... You know, I'll tell you what. I'll look it up. NCAA. But in the meantime, here at the Max Zeal Gymnasium, we've got quite the crowd here to support the Oswego State Lakers. NCAA, they have 2 timeouts, 75 seconds each.
That's 2 timeouts per set.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Good to know.
So it looks like each team has spent 1 so far, I think. I don't keep track, and I don't think they have it on the... Oh, no, they've got it right there on the board. Each team has 2 left.
Okay. All right.
All right, we'll run with it, folks. Either that or nobody's paying attention on the scoreboard to that particular small little button. That serve from Plattsburgh sets up well for Oswego, trying to get it back over the top, and they do. Plattsburgh settles it back down, looks for the play, fires it over the top. Good kill by Grace Taylor. Oswego scores and obtains the ball once again. Diaz going back on the serve, and this is where she shines. Late in the game, looking to get a rally going here. It's 2018. Plattsburgh leads it. Oswego looking for the lead and the match win.
Now, it always seems to be Diaz when the Lakers are on the ropes who gets the ball on the back line. I know they can't set it up that way, but it always seems to be Diaz who is serving when the game truly matters.
Seems to time it out perfectly, and that you couldn't ask for anything better. Oswego gets a point on that one. It's 2019. Diaz sets it up, locked in. Missile over the top. What a fastball down the middle it goes. Plattsburgh tries to get one over, and it's 4 hits. It'll be another Oswego point. We're back to a tie game. Boy, oh boy, are things getting tense here, and there's another timeout. I think this one taken by Plattsburgh.
We've seen Diaz shoot that hard shot with that laser she has, but then she can also loft it. I wonder if Coach Zen is calling that, or if that's all on Diaz, if she's making that call.
That's a good point. I'll tell you what, with somebody who seems so sound, was looking at a team that seems so sound on the court, I wouldn't be shocked at all if that was just Diaz doing her thing.
Yeah. Just knows her game plan, maybe reads the set out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good mind. It's a good strategic mind there. And I'm sure even if that is Coach, they start to figure that out for themselves after a while.
Yeah. Know what's working. I mean, only the player knows their body what's best, right? They know what works. He's got a couple tricks up her sleeve, Diaz.
Yes, she does, and we'll see if she can pull another quick Houdini act here as the Lakers have tied it up in Game 3 of this set. 2-0, the Lakers lead the match. So we'll see what they can do. Unorthodox setup on Plattsburgh's end. 2 stacked on the near side, 1 on the far, and 3 across the back. Even. Diaz with a looper, and it just hits the net. Bounces back into Oswego's end. Plattsburgh takes a 21-20 lead. Oh, the commentator's curse reigns true.
Looks like a couple of substitutions here for Plattsburgh.
Yep.
The 2 of them coming in here.
It looks like it'll be leaving the field, or the court of play, will be Shannon Fitzpatrick and Caitlin Bielko. Forgive me on my pronunciation of that. Diaz sets that one up, spikes it over the top. Quick play, reset up by Bridget Ryan. Oswego able to get that one over big. Spike from Simplicio results in nothing, though. Plattsburgh able to keep it up. Play over, Simplicio bounces it around. Oswego able to recover that one, thankfully. Quick bounce over the top. Natali gets it set back up. And a quick poke gets a 1-hit back over to Oswego's side. Diaz sets it up once again. Quick spike, and it's down on the point. It's a tie game again.
What a volley.
What a volley. Oh, I agree with you completely on that one, Dan. That was nuts. I thought that point was scored by Plattsburgh at least twice. Natali kept it going. Simplicio kept it going. That was fantastic. And coming up to serve now for Oswego State will be Kaylee Troy. Troy serves a laser up for Plattsburgh. Plattsburgh gets it over, unable to get it over the net. Oswego regains the lead. It's 22-21. 3 shy, and you can see Kaylee Troy hyping that team right up. And there goes another timeout. If you're just joining us here on WNYO 88.9 FM, the Laker Radio Network, I'm Dominic Perrone alongside Dan Davis. We're enjoying ourselves here at Max Zeal Gymnasium in Laker Hall in Oswego, New York, for some SUNYAC matchup volleyball. This is where it's at, folks. This is how I want to spend my Friday nights. This is exciting.
Oh, very exciting. I mean, you can't ask for better than this. And after this, we got the Yankee game, obviously, and maybe the Syracuse Orange, too.
Oh, I'd love to see both of those teams win.
Yeah.
Oh, but talk about a hat trick of a night.
Yeah.
Even if the Yanks or Cuse doesn't win, just the fact that all 3 games are today,
yeah.
God, I love it. I'm going home and I'm turning on that Yankees game quick. I'm telling you, if I don't watch Judge hit 61, you're going to hear it over air. Well, speaking of the New York Yankees game, Tommy Pham hit a solo home run in the top of the first, and the Red Sox lead the Yankees 1-0. There's your score update for the MLB.
Yankees clinched last night, too.
They did?
Yeah.
That's huge for the New York Yankees. Boy, oh boy.
Huge for the Yanks. We'll see them in October, and maybe a couple of their in-league rivals, too, in the AL East, too.
Something I'd love to see, that's a fact. Going back to serve now, instead of Troy, is Madison Gordon. Gordon serves that one, a lot of heat on it. Recovered by Plattsburgh just fine. Back over the top, right to where nobody is, and Plattsburgh ties it up once again. Going back on the serve for Plattsburgh will be Bollinger. Bollinger, the libero, and I just noticed she's got that right hand taped up pretty tight, too. You can see her still flexing it out from when she pounded the ground on that one play in the last game.
That must have really hurt then. I mean, to tape it up.
That one served over the top, and they're going to call it Oswego's point. It was just out. Oswego takes a 23-22 lead, and they're within 2 now. This is big. Emma Natali comes up to serve this one for Oswego.
What an eye by Kara Splitsio. I mean, what an eye. I would have totally hit that one.
And a good serve by Natali gets put over the side, and a good kill by Oswego. No point, but Diaz is able to set it back up. Natali gets it around. Not a lot of movement. Massive spike from Simplicio. Gets it within match point. Oh my, was that a ripper. Woo! I think I could hear that one leave her hand.
Yeah, game point here for the Lakers.
Game point, match point. Natali serves it up. Plattsburgh bounces it around a little bit, gets over the top, and that one just lands within Oswego's end. It will be Plattsburgh's point. Nobody was there to collect it. It's 24-23, still match point.
Plattsburgh lives to see another day.
They do. They live to see another point.
Serve. Yeah.
Going back for the serve for Plattsburgh is Lily White. Quick bounce over the top. Natali recovers it for Oswego. Bounce over. Plattsburgh scrambling to get that one over. Creates the spike. Oswego able to kill it. And Oswego takes it. Oswego takes it on a freak accident at the net. Oswego wins this one, and it's a clean sweep of the SUNYAC rival Plattsburgh. Plattsburgh, within the conference, falls to 0-1. Oswego rises to 1-1. Oswego maintains the win streak up to 6 games now. Gosh, you gotta love it. So what a game, what a match that we saw between these two teams, huh?
Crazy, absolutely stunning. Great performance by both teams, but Oswego takes 3 games really quickly, ends the night.
What a game. What a game with a clean sweep. And I'll tell you what, the first and last games of those sets were the most nail-biting of them all. They both ended 25-23 with Oswego on top. I want to thank you all for joining us here on WNYO 88.9 FM, the Lakers.